patron saint of athletes, please help me not to look stupid tomorrow in gym class when we play soccer, even though I am not very fast, kick the ball in the wrong direction occasionally, and sometimes forget which team I'm on. And I promise I won't sit down out on the field this time if they make me play defense again and I get bored. Ideally, I'd like to play more like Hillary, our star soccer player, even though she is named after the patron saint of snake bites. But if I can't be as good as Hillary, I'll settle for just not getting picked last. And don't forget about Mrs. Bevilacqua. It would be really great if her arthritis got better so she could walk again. Thank you, Saint Sebastian, for your intercession in these matters. I lit the worn-down pillar candle beneath sexy Sebastian and gave him a longing look, as if I could will him to step out of his frame. It was right about then that my moment alone with the half-naked holy babe was interrupted. "Time to get ready for bed, Antonia! It's getting late and you have school tomorrow!" Mom yelled from the kitchen. "I'm praying!" I called back, my voice all, "Please don't interrupt my saint time," aware that the surest way into whatever flexibility my mother could offer was through piety. "5 more minutes, then!" I started to close my diary when I noticed that the corner of my St. Anthony Mass card was peeling. I smoothed the edge gently, lovingly, as if I were brushing the cheek of Andy Rodolini, the boy I'd been in love with since the summer before 9th grade. A crease was beginning to mark the murky blue sky surrounding Anthony, dark against the gleam of his halo. I dipped my pinky into the pool of hot wax around the candle wick and placed a tiny drop on the corner of the card, refastening it to the page. Below St. Anthony's image was a pocket made of thick red linen paper, stuffed with devotions and prayers, some on random scraps of this and that, others scribbled on colorful post-its. Anthony's page had more devotions than any other saint in my diary. My saint diaries were my most sacred possessions. "I'm praying, Mommy," said a voice behind me, sing-song and catty, sending a shiver up my spine. Not the scary sort of shiver, or even the good kind, but the blech kind you felt when you met up with something disgusting. "I'm such a good little holier-than-thou girl, Mommy," the voice went on, its nasal tone like nails against a chalkboard. "Veronica," I said, whirling around to face my cousin, who also starred as the evil nemesis in my life, not to be overly melodramatic or anything, because it is totally true. Veronica is evil with a capital V. I tucked my saint diary behind me, making sure it was hidden. Veronica was at the apartment trying to learn some of the Italian cookie recipes from my mother because her mother, my Aunt Sylvia, was determined that at least one of her 3 daughters would turn out to be a kitchen natural and grow up to usurp my mother at the family store. I'd thought I could successfully avoid Veronica's visit, but I was wrong. My blood began to boil, but I took comfort in the fact that Veronica's outfit was way too tight, and her hair was so teased and sprayed that she was the caricature of a Rhode Island mall rat. "Remember when you used to be a nice person and people like me could actually stand to be around you?" I asked, once I knew my temper was in check. "Remember when you used to not be such a total baby?" Sarcasm oozed from Veronica's voice. Something, maybe almond paste, was smeared down the side of her face. I bet she squeezed it straight from the tube into her mouth like a greedy glutton. "You and your mother think you're so high and mighty." "Veronica!" my mother was calling. "Veronica, if you are not here to watch, you are never going to learn how to fold these egg whites into the batter properly. Yoo-hoo! Where are you?" Yeah, I'm coming, Auntie," she said, rolling her eyes and disappearing back down the hall. Her footsteps thudded against the wood floor. Thud, thud. My cousin, the elephant. As soon as Veronica was gone, the tension disappeared from my body. I grabbed my saint diary from where I'd stashed it and sighed with relief. My saint diaries were also my most secret possessions. Each year on my birthday, February 14th, St. Valentine's Day, I began a new volume, fixing different colored pockets onto the pages of a thick book, compiling a section marked notes for my new saint ideas, like a patron saint of homework or